Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. $282 million for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. That is worldwide. Shall we take a look and see whether this is good or bad? This is a very, very interesting turn of events for Marvel. Marvel of late have not been putting out bangers in terms of financial successes. So Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania opened to not great. Didn't go on to basically make any money. In fact, I'm pretty certain it struggled to even break even. So, we then have Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 opening to less than its predecessor. The articles here, it opened to $114 million in the States. And they're like, it's more than we predicted. It is more. But they kept adjusting the prediction through the initial week-by-week projections for the opening box office. So we're going to dive into this today, ladies and gents. It's interesting turn of events. I always do this for movies. It's the box office roundup for the sort of tent poles. So hit subscribe if you're new here. Turn the bell notifications on. And let's take a look at this. Let's see whether Guardians of the Galaxy is a hit. Is it a bomb? We'll find out today, I guess, or realistically, more specifically, we'll find out next week when the traditional drop-off for a Marvel movie happens. And we'll get into that as well. But currently, it's not looking great. Let's put it that way. So, this was written Sunday AM. After Saturday late night update. Refresh for more. So we had great news at Disney and Marvel Studios. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 held it together on Saturday with an estimated $38.7 million. Just 20% off from its Friday plus previews figure. So that's like Thursday and Friday. Of $48.2 million. Now, interestingly, they're saying that globally it's $282 million. It actually opened earlier globally. So I managed to watch this on Wednesday before most people got to watch it on Thursday. So it's actually had a really long weekend. It's had a 4-day weekend, but it's not done well domestically. Domestically, it's only hit $114 million, which isn't good at all. Unfortunately, and we'll dive into why. Now, they say, it's higher than the $110 million we were spotting earlier in the week. And it is true, but unfortunately, with respect to this, is that kept going down. So, although it's higher than what they had predicted as its lowest form, it only got to $110 million in, sort of tail end before the movie released. Prior to that, it was looking at $120 to $130 million. And then they just kept knocking money off because the interest was going down. So it's not great. And the reason why we say $114 million isn't great, this movie would have cost somewhere in the region of $250 million to make. That's not a stretch at all. That's just the production budget. We've got marketing on top of that, which would have been extensive. $140 million isn't good. Even $282 million worldwide isn't good. Because traditionally speaking, we have about a 60% drop-off for Marvel movies. So $114 million and then a 60% drop-off next week. I mean, we're into double digits. Not triple digits anymore. We're straight, in fact, into double digits. And this is a film which I think should have legs. So it'll be interesting to see whether the drop-off hits it as much as what a traditional Marvel movie does. Because again, generally speaking, Marvel movies don't have legs. But I think this one will. Because I think this one didn't have a lot of interest going into it. And the more people are seeing it, the more people are going, it's actually alright, you should go watch this. It's the last movie, blah, 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 blah. So I think this will have some legs. But essentially, and logically, that great heat out there for the film kicked in. Global is $282 million, so it had $168 million overseas, which ranks as the 50th highest global debut ever for a movie. Why are they trying to say that as a record? 50th highest? What on earth? And this is when you know Deadline is a mouthpiece for Disney. I mean, that's just sad and pathetic. Anyway, Entelligence says that there were 8 million admissions in US and Canada for Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 versus 7.2 million with Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania clocked in its opening weekend. So more people were interested in this. I guess that's good. Yay. It's a better film, so there's that at the very least. Now they say this, while better than expected, some still have some concern about superhero fatigue. It is not superhero fatigue. And again, this is where Deadline becomes a mouthpiece for Disney. It's not superhero fatigue, it is bad movie fatigue, and Marvel have been putting out bad films of late. Very, very bad films, in fact. Piss poor films. Terrible. Really, really, really bad. Formulaic. Garbage humour. Just general trash. And so people are sick of it, and they're clocking onto it. And I said this on my podcast, the H-Cast, that, you know, Marvel was really, really good at the start, because they had all the Marvel fans, and we had everyone else, because it became a water cooler event, a film. You know, these films were water cooler events where you would gather around on a Monday morning with your co-workers, your colleagues, and you talk about the Marvel film. So they managed to capture the normies, but normies are really quick to go, this is crap, and check out. And now the normies have checked out. And now all you're left with, as the financials show, are the hardcore Marvel fans. So it's not superhero fatigue. It's actually just bad movie fatigue. People have had enough. Anyway, and they say there's still 100 million plus opening start to summer, while easing some motion picture industry fears, does put more stress on the rest of the season's calendar to deliver. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 opening here in recent memory is one of the lower kickoff summer openings. Again, and they say excluding the pandemic. Who cares about it? Shut up, pandemic. It's not point. No point. So this isn't good. You know, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness did $187.4 million. Good. You know, good. But $114 million? Not good. Really not good. We have that 60% drop off. We're back in double digits. This movie will be a bomb. Now they say this. Why? Why was the opening here for Guardians of the Galaxy not as vibrant as Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2? Sources believe that Part 2's pinnacle was more of a fluke in its overperformance, and that the gross here for Volume 3 is within its real mean for these outer universe Marvel picks. Wrong. Really, really wrong. I would say. Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one, stateside, did $333.7 million. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 did $389.8 million. None of them have ever crossed $400 million stateside. And this one now, opening to was $114 million. That's going to drop off the face of the earth. And I don't think it should. I think this one should have some legs. It's a fairly decent film overall. You know, some issues with it here and there, but by and large, all right. Not bad, not terrible. Pretty okay, I guess, you could say. So, there you have it, ladies and gents. Update on Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Is it going to be a bomb? Yeah. I do genuinely think it's going to be a bomb. I don't think this is great by any stretch of the imagination. 52 markets, and the international box office was only $168.1 million. That's terrible. That's fucking so bad. That's real bad. With inflation as well, this should be much, much higher. In fact, this is tracking to be less and worse than the other movies. Let's put it that way, right? It's bad. This is real bad. Real bad. And it opened in China as well. So if it's not doing well in China, it's not good. And also, Japan had Golden Week as well, so people were off and stuff. So it's not doing well. Let's put it that way. I think we can probably safely say that this will unfortunately be a Marvel bomb. This will not cross $1 billion at all. I think I think genuinely, this film will now struggle to cross $600 million. But we'll see. Let me know what you think down below. Cheers, guys. Take care.